Who loves rock and roll? I know I do. And our next guest is the Alan Merrill. Welcome to the
Thank
show.
you so much. We made it live.
Oh, I was so happy. Yeah, we've been trying to get together for at least the last 6 months, but you've been
That's right.
touring a lot. What's been
Yeah,
going
I've been
on
in
with you?
England and going to Japan in April for to go with Susie Quattro. With Susie Quattro, we used to play together in the 1970s. We're on the same record label. 1974 and 75, we toured together extensively. People don't know who Susie Quattro is. She was Leather Tuscadero in Happy Days.
Very
Yeah.
nice. And speaking of Happy Days, back in Happy Days,
Yeah.
Arrows, I love rock and roll.
That's right.
This is legendary. This is humongously important part of American music culture.
In 1975, I recorded as the fourth Arrows single. I was the lead singer and the songwriter of the band. And the song got one TV play on a show called 45. That got the Arrows our own TV series the following year, weekly series. And it was produced by Merrill, who's a legend in British television. And we had such high ratings, we got a second series. So we had 1976 and 77. November of 1976, Joan Jett was in England with the Runaways, and she was rooming with Jackie Fox, the bass player. Jackie pulled her out of the bathroom and said, "You got to see this." And it was us doing I Love Rock and Roll. It's lucky that Jackie pulled her out of the bathroom. And Joan went out and got our record, and she covered it. And one time in 1979 wasn't a hit, covered it again in 1981, #1 for 7 weeks. So.
And you know, it's funny too, because right now there's a song that's a remake of Heart and Soul. Ba, 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 da, da,
Oh, yeah,
da, da,
that's one of the
da,
first songs I learned on piano.
And we all learned that song, right?
Yeah.
And I think the success also of this tune is that it does strike your heart chords.
Yeah.
You know? So maybe you hear it and then it does it, and then all of a sudden it does.
I had a great producer give me parameters to write the song.
Okay.
It was Mickey Most, who produced the Animals and Herman's Hermits and the Yardbirds, the Jeff Beck Group, Donovan. And he said, you got to write a 3-chord song with a rousing chorus, a very strong riff, and a melodic verse. I said, easy for you to say, but I did it.
And how was this written? Did you write it on a napkin? Like, tell me the actual process
The
for
chorus
you.
came first.
Okay.
And one day, and I wasn't sure what to do with it. I had to run it by Mickey first, my producer, Mickey Most. He said, I like the chorus, keep on it. So now we need the melodic verse and the riff. So I went home and I wrote the 2 verses about a hit song called I Love Rock and Roll coming out of the jukebox, that 2 kids were meeting each other and going off singing the song, which I was so sure was going to be a hit for the Arrows that it was an arrogant thing, you know. So when the record company didn't promote it, I was very disappointed because our previous single was a hit and it wasn't as strong a song. So you never know with a record company.
I know, it's really an interesting journey. And you've had longevity in this
Yeah,
career.
yeah.
I think, do you think it's because you're versatile? Because you do television, you do live
Yeah,
performances?
I think, you know, it's lucky if you're a success on one continent, in one career, but I've been successful on 3 continents in many different incarnations, so yeah, I think it's more than luck.
And Encyclopedia Brown, tell us about that experience.
I was asked to write the theme song for the show by the producer Howard David Deutsch, and I brought him the song on a cassette. We had cassettes back then in 1989, and he said, "I love it. Would you like to act in the show?" And I said, "Act? I've never really acted. I've done commercials, you know, in Japan." He said, "I think you could do it." And it was Andy Summers from The Police was up for the part, and the guy who sings for the Jefferson Starship, his name escapes me. I can't remember his name. But anyway, I got the role. So from just writing the theme song, I got the role acting. People magazine said I was the best actor in the cast. I remember getting a note from Rick Overton, who's a pro, and he said, "They mentioned you and not me." You know? It was great. It was great fun. And
Well, let's take a clip of you performing, because
Yeah.
there's so many different things of you on YouTube and other various social media. But let's take a look.
there's a clip of Who Done It on YouTube.
Let's
yeah.
take a look.
Okay.
People
Who done it? You done it.
Yeah.
I done it. Everybody done
We
it.
done it.
We've done it. um, Another highlight for you in your career has been what?
I wrote a song for my band Runner, which was the band after the Arrows. We were on Island Records. And our first album made the U.S. charts, and I was writing songs for the second album. Wrote a song called When the Night Comes, which we never finished the second album, so it was scrapped for Runner, but I had to deal with ATV Music. They pitched it to a girl named Catherine Howe, who's a great British folk singer, and she recorded it in 1980, became a small radio hit in England. Then in 1983, Lou Rawls covered it as his album title track in 1983, Epic Records. And it was the first album taken up into outer space by the first black astronaut, Guy Bluford. So my song was broadcast back to Earth as the first songs broadcast back to Earth. Very proud of
first,
that.
a few bars that goes.
I know Kyoto well as far as I can.
So cool,
No
right?
Gaijin really knows Japan. Yeah.
And speaking of Japan, you can't even walk the streets anymore in Japan. Like people just are like, you're a big deal.
I'm one of the last surviving members of Vodka Collins. We were the first glam rock band in Japan. And I recorded the first glam rock record in Japanese. But I'm an American. So the lyrics are written by Hiroshi Oguchi. I wrote the song. It's called Automatic Pilot, and Sands of Time was the flip side. And it's a double A-sided hit on EMI Japan.
At what point in your journey did you know that you had made it? I ask that question to a lot of performers.
I feel like I'm still trying to make it. I haven't accomplished enough. I just keep going for it, you know.
And what is it that you want to? What is that next reach for you? What haven't you done yet that you want to do?
I have to keep writing songs that I'm happy with.
Okay.
That's what makes me really happy, is writing a song and have it come out in the recording as I imagined it when I wrote it. Because I still write on acoustic guitar or piano. And I go in and I lay it down with a click track in the studio. Then I build on it. I play a lot of instruments myself. I don't play drums very well, so I bring in people like Steve Holley, who played with Wings, or you know, some other session guys, and they play great. And then I bring in some singers. If I need a girl voice, I'll bring in some people like, you know, Lisa Lowell from Springsteen's band is wonderful. And yeah, that's where
you're hanging out with rock stars because you're a rock
star.
Yeah, yeah. That's how it works.
I love doing that. We sang together in Central Park a couple of years ago in the summer at the Mississippi Day Picnic here in New York. And we did All Right Now, and the harmonies was amazing. Singing with Lisa Lowell, such a thrill.
And give us a couple bars of that.
All right now, baby, it's all right now.
Fun, right?
Big hit,
yeah.
Written by my friend Andy Fraser and Paul Rogers from the group Free. Yeah.
So your journey has been tremendous.
Yeah.
Your parents or people of influence in your life.
My mother's a jazz singer.
That's what I was going to say.
Merrill, yeah.
So you got a lot of inspiration early on.
Well, I was indoctrinated with jazz. I mean, I was sleeping in jazz clubs when I was a little boy. So the music just washed over me. And people like Billie Holiday had me in their lap while my mother was on stage. And Sarah Vaughan remembers rocking me when I was a baby. So, you know.
That's all you know, really.
Yeah.
Right?
So, I mean, I was brought up literally in music, but it was jazz. So didn't I just go and write I Love Rock and Roll to piss off my parents? Can I say that word?
Yeah, it's totally okay. Well, maybe you should just write I love jazz. I love jazz.
My mother has thought about
another dime.
My mother has thought about recording it that way. I said, any way you want to do it, Ma. She's going to Japan in April. She's 87, doing 2 shows a night for 3 nights at the Blue Note Tokyo.
Lovely.
So it's amazing.
And you're
so
still
I can
traveling?
still go. I can still keep going, I guess.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Yeah.
And your home, do you decorate it with, like, you know, your hit records and stuff like that?
In my man cave.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's yeah, because you're married and you have kids now.
Yeah.
It's all in the man cave.
My kids have all grown up.
Right.
My youngest daughter is a lawyer. She graduated Duke, and she's with a top law firm now. My son is an artist, and he designs websites. He did my website. My oldest daughter's a singer. She's a great singer. She's got her own band. They play the tri-state area, and she makes a lot of money doing that. So.
In your man cave. Your
yeah.
favorite piece of memorabilia. What is something that you cherish? I mean, not to be materialistic, but is there one cool thing that you have that you say, you know what, when you look at it, it just touches your heart?
Yeah. When I was 11, I won a Junior Olympics bronze medal for the slalom. And the only reason I did that skiing is because it was so snowy. All the other kids were like knocking over poles, and I took my time.
Uh-huh.
And slow and steady won the race. Well, sort of almost won the race, but I still have that bronze medal somewhere in storage.
More important to you than your music stuff. Well, kind of. It's up there.
It was the first
Yeah.
real award I got, you know. I like Joan Jett's Platinum. You know, I like Britney Spears' Platinum. Those are great, you know.
I like that.
Yeah.
I've never skied, but now I think you've inspired me to at least try.
I have a plaque that's three nights sold out at Wembley with Meatloaf, and that was great. And I got a Bat Out of Hell plaque for contributing to the continued sales of Bat Out of Hell. Only 200 given out to the many band members that have been with Meatloaf over the years. So
Lovely. And what's next for you? What's next on the horizon?
make more music, make more
Okay.
albums, and you know, just see how it goes.
Great.
I mean, I play life by ear, same
Me
as
too.
music.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I know. I wake up every day. I just want to be happy. I surround myself with good people. and
Every day's
just-
a gift.
It is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm the last one alive in my band, the Arrows. I just lost two of the guys from my Vodka Collins band in Japan, and I'm just blessed to be here. you
Live
know.
long and prosper, as they
Yeah,
would say,
thank
as
you.
Spock would say, right? Live long and prosper. Bless you. Ellen,
Thank
thank
you.
you. I've been wanting to have you on for
Lovely
months.
talking to you, Donna. Thank
Happy
you so
journeys.
much.
And I hope sometime I'll be able to sing up on stage with you sometime. I would love to just
Excellent.
join in for a song
Please
or two.
do.
So all right,
Yeah.
thank you.
You can come sing I Love Rock and Roll with me.
I would
I always
be
have guests
honored.
come up and do that.
I would be honored.
Yeah.
There you go. Right
let you
here
know.
today, Ellen Merrill, and I Love Rock and Roll, and we know you do too. Thanks for watching. Live it up.